Welcome back, Portal Masters. SCL Matt here, and today I have another tip to share with you. It's not so much a tip, I guess, as a question that some of you have had over the past couple of weeks, months, and such. It's all about the names for your Imaginators. So you can see I've named this character Leafy Guy, just to give him a name for now. So if we go into personality, this is where you choose the name. And you may have noticed this note at the bottom of the screen. Names are erased if the Skylander is added to a different collection. So what exactly does this mean? It's not a real big deal because you can always come back in here and change the name or add a different name or whatever you want to do. You can always fix it. But names are erased if the Skylander is added to a different collection. I want to show you exactly what that means and exactly what it does or when it happens. So I'm going to take you into one of my alternate accounts to show you exactly what happens. Just so you can make a note of it here. Leafy Guy is currently at level 49, so you'll know when I jump into my alternate account because that's going to change. So I'm going to move over to the other account and I'll be right back. All right, so we moved over to the alternate account, and I'm going to add Leafy Guy onto the portal again and show you exactly what happens here.
Say hello to our pals.
So you can see right off the bat, it just said Life Swashbuckler. It does not say Leafy Guy. And so you may be wondering, what happened? Why didn't that transfer over? You can obviously see this is a different account because he's only at level 22. That's the cap I have on this account right now, instead of the level 49 like the first account. So, like it said, it erases the name when you move this figure to a different account. And honestly, I like this. This is basically a safeguard against people putting inappropriate names on these characters. So if you are buying a character used or you just borrow one from a friend or whatever the case may be, if someone would try to abuse this naming system and put something bad in there, something inappropriate in there, then when you come home and put it back on your system, or like I said, if you buy a used figure and you put it on your system, it's just going to have the generic name of like Life Swashbuckler. It's not going to have the name that they gave it. So now, what do you do with that? Well, if you go into the creation screen here,
Guess we'll see.
you can go down to personality. And you will see the one thing that's missing from here is the name. You can't give it a name right away. So what you need to do is come down here and take ownership. This is a new option that wasn't here before. It used to say name, voice, music, and effects. Now you just have voice, music, and effects, and ownership. So if you come down here and take ownership, then you get your naming option back. So if I would come in here now and change this up, and just for fun, let's call him Leafy Guy the second. Okay, so we're gonna go with Leafy Guy the second.
Spooky has a
There you go. Now I'm gonna take him and I'm going to jump back into my original game that I brought him from and show you what happens there again. So right now he's named Leafy Guy the second, and he is currently under the ownership of this account, of this profile. So when I go back to the other one, I believe it should erase it again, and we're gonna have to rename him again. But let's take a minute to switch back to that account and see what happens. Okay, so we've made it back to the original account. We're going to put Leafy Guy the second on the portal once again. And once again, you can see his name does not pop up. It's just Life Swashbuckler. we switched accounts again, and so his name was erased again. So once again, like I said, this is a good thing. This is a safeguard to protect anyone from having to experience any inappropriate or unnecessary names. And so if we go into the creation menu again
Can I really get
and jump down to personality, once again, that naming option is not there. You're going to have to go ahead and take ownership, and then you have your naming option again. So there you have it. That's exactly what it means, that note down on the bottom. Names are erased if the Skylander is added to a different collection. So it's not even so much just added to a different collection, it's when you jump profiles. So if you take your character over to a friend's house and put it on their portal in their game, then your character is gonna lose its name temporarily. You can always change that, like I said, either when you bring it back home, you can change the name again and it's not going to be a big deal, or you can change it while you're at your friend's house so you have the name there. Just be aware that when you bring it back home, you're going to have to change it again. So there you go. The names can be erased, but it's only there as a safety precaution, essentially. At least that's how I see it. So I think it was a smart move on their part, but now you know, and now you know if your character has lost his name for some reason, that's probably why. You probably used it on someone else's portal or someone else's game, or someone did at least, even if you didn't. That's probably what happened. So I hope that answered a few questions for you, and that's all I have for this time. But I'll be back soon with more. Stay tuned.